Hello, everyone. It is currently 8:17, 12:24 in the morning, and you're not alone. We're still here. I'm still here. Um, it's been a long time. I don't know when the last time I did one of these videos. Probably like last year. I'm very bad at keeping up with the whole YouTube thing, but I read your comments, obviously, from some of my previous videos, most particularly involving medicine, and I appreciate people sharing their experiences and sharing their what they're going through and like what's working, what's not working. That's honestly the point of all of these videos, is just basically making like a community of sorts, to kind of help combat mental illnesses such as depression and anxiety. So I always love reading your comments and stuff like that, and I apologize for the lack of posts, but I figured that I would give an update to what's been going on. I'm sure that you guys can see my new crib right now, is that I'm at a new location. We currently moved, and we moved very far away, basically 2 houses down. Yes, very far, but yeah, I moved to a different house, to a new location, got a new bed, and that was a big life change for 2020. Oh, I hope everyone is staying safe and maintaining proper 6 feet safety distances and social distancing, and wearing face masks during COVID. Hope everyone is being safe, staying healthy, quarantining if possible. We'll get through this together. I would actually like to share my quarantine experience too later on in this video. But yeah, this is gonna be a lot of probably a lot that's happened. Again, I don't know when the last time I posted, but yeah, I moved. That was a whole debacle, fiasco, but it's all done. We moved by like the end of July, I think, or early August. I don't remember. It's been a couple weeks, so everything is kind of settled down for the most part. All my classes have gone to online for the most part, and that was really tough, especially summer semester. It was tough in the fact that like going to school kind of like helped with that setting for learning and doing work, and being at home was very counterproductive because I have a lot of distractions at my house. So I was struggling a lot, was missing assignments and all that stuff, but I managed to pull off all B's, which honestly I'll take. So I passed all my classes, and now my model for school is don't get a C. If I don't get a C, we're good. I try my best not to get a C. Get a B at the very least, because I don't want to be. I would not want to get a C if I could help it. A solid B or even an A, preferably, is pretty good for me. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know where I left off, and I've said that like multiple times. But I think when I remember, I guess we can start from let's start at like before school. So I started school last year, last August, I think, of 2019. I'm about to graduate too. I graduate in spring 2021. I am in a technical school, 2-year university, for computer science, and I will be hopefully applying soon for Coastal Carolina, which is a 4-year university, and they are next to each other. So Horry Georgetown and Coastal Carolina are right next to each other, and they kind of like work together. So like people are usually going to Ori Georgetown to get an associate's degree, to kind of, lessen the burden of school costing so much, and then moving on to Coastal Carolina, where they can get their 4-year university degree, a bachelor's, and then kind of go on from there. Is the 2+2 program is very, very good. I'm going to try my best to be on part of that program. I took 3 classes fall semester, all related to computer science. I took an IT course, a coding course, and I took a Microsoft Office course. Microsoft Office was very easy. Basically, you just follow the instructions in the book, and then you're pretty good. The only thing that was really tough about it was the amount of assignments, because there was a lot of material, a lot of assignments that I had to do, a lot of chapters I had to read, stuff like that. But I had a system where if I come to school early, I would be able to get all that done for the day. So that class was not that hard. My IT course was basically on like computer essentials, basically like maintaining hardware, learning what types of hardware of a computer is, like the processor, a RAM, hard drive, etc., and like learning how like all that works within a computer. Most of that was already basic. What got really tough at the end was the IT security, like troubleshooting, software type stuff, operating systems, stuff like that. That got a little iffy because I wasn't really familiar with that. I was familiar with building computers because I worked IT in the past at UNCC. But yeah, it was a little tough. I finished with an A barely. So that was an interesting course. It helped refresh some of my knowledge for a lot of the stuff for pertaining to computers, but I also learned some new stuff too. My final class was Python programming, and Python was a disaster. The coding part of it, like actually doing the assignments, wasn't that bad. My teacher was my first teacher initially was very bad. She was a professional programmer and worked for various Fortune 500 companies, stuff like that. But she could not teach, and she expected us to be professional programmers for our first programming class, and a lot of the people who went in for programming actually got dissuaded from that class alone and dropped to the IT networking department. So we got a huge shift in like who's going to be programmers, who are not going to be programmers. I managed to kind of power through. We actually had a teacher change halfway through the semester. One of the biggest things to me, and I think to the rest of the class, was that she would not grade anything, and that was very bad. We went through half the semester with like half our shit not even graded, and we didn't even know like how we were doing on like in the class in general, like exams and stuff like that. So another person had to come in and basically regrade all the assignments. We had the option to redo all the assignments once we got our grade. If like we didn't like our grade, we could redo it for full credit and like stuff like that. So that was pretty interesting. I finished with an A as well. In my Microsoft Office class, I finished with an A, and fall semester I finished with all A's. So fall semester I had a 4.0, and that was pretty fucking awesome because that was the first time that I ever got a 4.0 actually in my entire life. 4.0s was something that I thought like I couldn't even dream of getting. I lacked so much confidence in my book smart and my overall like doing well in school, because I've never done well in school. Turns out I had ADD, and I take Adderall for that. It helps me focus. I took 10 milligrams at first, and but now I take 5 milligrams. I think the 10 milligrams has been revving up my heart a lot, and sometimes periodically when I'm on the 10 milligrams, like I feel like my heart is about to explode. Like it's like it's like increasing my heart rate, because it's making me more awake, more focused, because it's basically speed. Yeah, it got really concerning when like I felt like short of breath, and like my heart like basically pounding all the time. So I'm on 5 milligrams now. I take 5 milligrams a day. I should probably be taking 3 a day, but I haven't been taking it recently. I don't have to take it all the time, but I haven't been taking it recently because I need to eat. I've been losing a lot of weight recently because of everything that's been going on. So I'm trying to limit the medicines that I take, and essentially just kind of balancing out so I don't get too underweight and I can gain weight, stuff like that. So I took a break from streaming. I think towards the beginning of 2020, I think. I took a break from streaming at the beginning of 2020 because I felt burnt out. I didn't feel like it was going anywhere. I wasn't really satisfied with how I was presenting myself with streaming. Each day felt like essentially like a job. And when you're trying to do a hobby, obviously you want to do it for fun. It doesn't have to feel like it's a job. Unfortunately it did for me at the time, and so I took like a huge break, like probably like a good like solid month and a half break. And I just played games on the down low or like not even at all, and I just kind of just focus on IRL stuff before everything hit the fan with COVID and all that. But I think beginning of 2020 was looking really good. I made a lot of new friendships. I was working out a lot. I was getting into the dating scene and was talking to a bunch of girls, which was something pretty new to me, actually. It was pretty fucking awesome. I was on cloud 9 beginning of 2020. It was like new year, new me, and it actually felt that way. Like I was like totally like reinvigorating myself, so to speak. And then it all kind of went downhill with the quarantine. So my classes were going pretty well for the most part. I was doing well in all my classes. I finished with, I think, like, I got all A's except for one class. I got a B in one of my classes, so ripped the 4.0 streak. But after that, I just kind of decided that, since I can't get a 4.0 anymore, which is technically true because, I got that 1B, I'm just not even going to try for a 4.0. I just don't want to get a C. So A's or B's, that's all that matters to me. My studying has become much more lax, but I think that's making me a bit more lazy. So I'm going to try to, for this fall semester, aim for A's so I can reprioritize. But quarantine hit, and honestly, I thought it was going to be pretty fun. Basically, just like not going out, stuck inside playing games. And that lasted for about 2 weeks. When the second week hit, I was going in batshit insane. I realized that I actually enjoyed going outside a lot and hanging out with my friends, being away from my house, just being away from my family, I guess, because like I love my family. It's just that we don't have a lot of interests that we share together, and I feel like for the most part I just need space from them. But it was working out because, like, I just did my thing, they did their thing, bada bing bada boom, no harm done. But being trapped in a house where we have all these different personalities definitely made me at ends with them, I would have to say. Being at ends with them, like, I think I was damaging them mentally a little bit, and I was definitely damaging myself a little bit, a lot actually, because I would feel guilty for getting in fights with them, but like they would also kind of irritate me a lot too. But I think we worked it out, and I think we're a bit better now. But yeah, that was going on, and I was really hitting in like its highest point. Like shit was hitting the fan highest point for quarantine, probably around like end of March, early April. That was around the time that like my family decided to sell the house and move, so I had to go deal with that while also trying to get good grades and pass all my classes for summer semester, which wasn't really going so well. It was a very stressful time for all of us, but I was suffering a lot mentally too. I did get a girlfriend. That was pretty cool. Her name is Brooke. She's such a sweetheart, honestly. We met through a dating app through Hinge, and like we were both down to earth, and I knew that it was a good thing. I was talking to other girls in the past, but like I would always one kind of fantasize and sexualize and like kind of made it all about my ethnicity more than like my personality, because I am Korean, South Korean, but like I don't act or sound or behave as a South Korean. I'm basically white. As awkward as that's going to sound, because I was born in South Korea in '96. I have lived in the United States since February of '97, so I basically lived here my entire life. I know nothing about Korea. I'm basically American. But one girl was making all about that. Another girl was it kind of felt like she was using me as a way to like escape from her own family situation, which I don't know, I didn't really like that. I don't want her family, from what she's told me, was like hella racist. And that made me very uncomfortable, so I had to break that off. There are other girls that I talked to, but again, it didn't work out. But with Brooke, it really worked out. She's 2 years younger than me. I think her birthday's coming up or already happened. She's amazing. We talked a lot on Hinge, and then she actually downloaded Discord to talk to me more, which I thought was super sweet and super amazing, because I never like met someone who like was super into me, that like she would actually go out of her way to like download an app just to talk to me, when I like, normally it's me doing that kind of thing, like, oh, we can talk through Facebook Messenger or whatever, or find an app that we could both download. But she downloaded Discord just for me, and like we talked for a very long time, all throughout the night. I think our first Discord conversation went from like I think like 10 or 11 p.m. to like 5 or 6 in the morning, and we were just talking about random shit, getting to know each other. And then that went on for about like a week and a half, and on April 24th we decided to officially hook up, kind of doing what we could in those quarantine dates, or during quarantine in general. But yeah, like we would always message each other, talk to each other, ask each other how we've been doing, video talk with each other, stuff like that. We met a couple times. It was a long distance. We lived like an hour away from each other. Yeah, it was working out for the most part. And unfortunately it didn't last long. We broke up in June, so I think we lasted about like a month and a half, maybe almost 2 months. It was a mutual breakup, so we're still good friends. We don't talk to each other anymore, obviously, because one is kind of awkward, but two, it's like she's doing her life thing, I'm doing my life thing, like just is what it is. We broke up. I think her life situations were getting really stressful, and my life situations with trying to pass school, trying to like maintain my relationship with her, trying to like find time for myself, trying to deal with my family, trying to deal with school, blah 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 blah. Like both of our IRL situations were out of our control. There was a lot of stuff going on that like I wanted to help with, but like honestly, like I just couldn't. I couldn't deal with it. And what I mean by I couldn't deal with it, I mean like I couldn't actually physically help because we live so far away from each other, an hour away. So like I can't just be like, hey, like I'll come over there and like help you out kind of deal or comfort you, you know. There was a lack of that. But I think like we were both like we're stressed out from our own situations, and then we were double stressed out because we were worried about each other, that like our love for each other was basically kind of killing us. So we had to break up. I think it was mutual. She's the one who initiated it, and I was pretty heartbroken. At first I felt numb, but then I felt like really fucking. I cried for basically about almost like a day and a half or so. Like I was so sad. It took me like a day and a half to stop crying, but I was still fucking depressed. She was my first girlfriend, you know, like, and obviously I thought like we were gelling so well together that I thought that we could like, you know, be long term. We had similar interests, we liked similar things, you know, we were both interested in each other, and like she just felt different from all the other girls that I tried to, you know, be in a relationship with in the past. You know, like it felt authentic, it felt real. It didn't feel like she was just doing this on a whim or like doing this because she's bored. Like we were genuinely interested in each other. But with everything that's going on in the world, and then our IRL, like our local situations, is like, I don't know, there's only so much, right, that a person can take. And like honestly, like at the end of the day, like you just gotta focus on yourself, you know. So I don't really blame her for wanting to break up. I felt really guilty because I thought that was a test, you know, like one of those like I want to break up, and like because I was like somewhat emotionally distant a couple weeks prior to us breaking up, because I was so fucking mentally done from like dealing with people in general. And so I was like wanting to take time for myself, and like I don't know if she took that the wrong way or not. I will never know, I don't think, unless I ask, I guess. But she's super understanding, so I don't think that she would. But again, I don't know. I took that guilt with me because I thought that was a test. And when she asked to break up, I immediately basically just said like, oh yeah, like sure, let's do it. Because like, I was kind of feeling the same way. In fact, I was kind of predicting that was going to happen, but I was letting it happen anyway. Because I guess my own selfish need to wanting to be alone, my selfish introverted desires took over. And in a relationship, you can't be that way. It's give and take, right? But in my eyes, I felt like I was giving a lot, so I felt like I could be selfish and take some. I think the roles were kind of reversed. I think we were both being selfish, but we weren't really giving, you know. So we were both taking, but like we weren't giving to each other. Or we tried to, but it didn't work. And I felt really guilty after I got over the breakup, like about like a month in, a month of me feeling sorry for myself. I felt guilt. I accepted it. I'm like, you know what, it happened. I'm glad I experienced it. She was an amazing girl. But the second thing is that like I felt guilt because like I thought like, well, what if I said, you know, like no, like let's work it out, and actually fought for the relationship? Like, would things be different? Would I still be in? Like, would it make our relationship stronger? You know, and I kept on like replaying that scenario over and over again. And then after like talking to some friends and my therapist, kind of like, you know, like He just told me to go for it. Like, ask if she wanted to be in a relationship again. Worst she can say is no. And you know, like, she tells you like to fuck off or something, then I guess she just doesn't like you anymore, or like whatever. But like, you don't really lose anything because you had nothing. Like, you're basically at the lowest, right? Not being together. So like, unless she tells you to fuck off, then you'll be at an all-time low. But like, if she doesn't say yes or no, you don't gain or lose anything. You're basically at the same point. And at that point, you get a finalized answer. So after like a month or so of like not talking to her, really just giving her space and stuff like that, I sent her a message asking if she wanted to get back together or not. She said no. Too long, didn't read. She said no. I think she is enjoying. She wants to take this. She said she wanted to take this time focusing on herself, focusing on her IRL situation. I don't know anything about her IRL situation. I don't really want to pry into that because I got a lot of shit that I have to deal with, as bad as that sounds. But I guess, like, for the most part, she didn't tell me to fuck off. We're still on good terms. We just basically, she's basically hoping if we can stay friends, and I obviously agreed to that because honestly, she's an amazing woman. So unfortunately it didn't work out, but you know, that's just life, right? That's just life. Not all first relationships are gonna be the same, you know, like they're not gonna be the one, very rarely. But I'm glad I got that experience. I'm glad I was able to get a girlfriend in the first place. In terms of me in relationships now, I think I still want to get one. I'm currently kind of searching right now. It's been like almost 3 months since we broke up. So I'm gonna try to find one, but I'm not putting too much time into it. I guess I'm not actively trying to pursue one, but like on the side. I guess that's kind of bad, half-assing it. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, honestly. I'm just kind of experimenting a bit, but yeah, she was my first girlfriend, and it was amazing. It felt like paradise for a good month and a half or so, even before that. So I don't regret it. As much as I like will complain about certain situations happening, I think for the most part kind of accept whatever situation is coming my way. At the end of the day, it sucks at the present, but like reflecting on it now, it's each experience, good or bad, is helping me shape to be a better person. And I think that's if I could end this video on a positive note or a motivational note or whatever, I think you always want to, I don't think you should and this is easier said than done, but I don't think you should go about life like hating on every single experience. Of course you can take that with a grain of salt, because obviously some situations are way worse than mine. You know, like, I don't think my situations that I've described in my videos are really as bad as some other people's situations. I think I've been very blessed in a sense where like I could have had it worse, and I will never know what it feels like to be in those worse situations. But I think, like, you know, each experience will help you shape to be a better person. I think that's the mentality. Kind of helps when you're in that kind of mentality. It kind of helps you like get through the day a lot easier. At least for me, it does. Being able to just like allow yourself to be upset at the here and now, but as long as you don't regret whatever decision you make in the like later on. So like in the right now, if I went back and regretted every single situation that I was in, then I wouldn't be the person that I am now. You know, for good or for worse. Yeah, for good or bad. But I think that right now my mindset is that that each experience, good or bad, has helped me shape to be a better person. We learn from mistakes. We will make mistakes. We're human beings. Like we are not perfect people. Not these perfect people that like, you know, not make mistakes or robots or whatever. We're gonna have human error. That's just how life is. That's how we are designed to be. And I think that, like, you know, allowing yourself to reflect and just accept that what you did in the past happened, and then just kind of just moving on from it. I think that's a great way to kind of get through the day. Each experience, good or bad, helps you become the person that you are. Hopefully that you use those experiences to shape yourself to become a better person than what you were yesterday. But like, yeah, I hope that, I really hope that. Yeah, I think that's my mantra for this year, and even past 2020 to 2021 and etc. Is just accepting every life experience and just taking those experiences and become a better person than what you were the day before, or what you were yesterday. So each day that goes by, I'm hopefully becoming a better person than what I was. That's what I'm kind of trying to actively focus on. And I think that if you take it at that kind of pace, like, and what I mean by better is like, you know, maybe one day like you were super nice, but like you didn't do any chores. Maybe the next day you can do chores and do like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be like this big thing where like, oh, I didn't save the world yesterday. Okay, I better save the universe then tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, no, just take it one step at a time. Eventually those small things lead to bigger things. And then those bigger things lead to enormous things, you know? Baby steps are the way to go when dealing with depression and anxiety. And just do what you can handle. That's all you can really do, is just do what you can handle. And just know that, like, even though maybe your family or whoever won't see that as a monumentous occasion or thing to be proud of, or like, oh, you woke up and made your bed, like I do that all the time, like it's no big deal. Fuck them, honestly, fuck them, because they just don't know what it's like. And you know, ignorance is everywhere, unfortunately. Just know that I will be proud of you if you were able to do something like that when you're going through this. And I know the rest of us, this community, however big or small it may be, I know that the rest of us will feel proud of you, because at the end of the day, we are all in this together. It's not just my experience, it's about everyone's experience as well. I'm just a stepping stone for your path to recovery, to your path seeing that light, or getting to that light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, hang in there. I'm gonna try to upload videos every so often, but just figured give an update. I'm gonna try to be more active in YouTube, maybe do something else. Starting a podcast. I guess this is kind of like a podcast. Yeah, I have some other stuff going on behind the scenes, so I'll let you guys know. But anyways, guys, this has been an update video for You're Not Alone. We'll probably be uploading a bit more. Please leave a comment down below, sharing your experiences, or just telling me how your day is. I do read those. I do read the notifications and stuff like that. I might not like or comment on them. I try my best to. Sometimes I forget, but I do read them. So please keep on doing that. I love to hear people's stories about different medications or whatever. And if you have any questions for me, leave a question on the comments, and I can make like a YouTube video or something, like answering questions such as like medicines and medications and techniques that I've done or something like that. I'm basically kind of here to both help myself and help you guys. So yeah, but I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. 2020 has been very rough so far, I think, for about everyone. Just stay safe, stay healthy, social distance, masks please when out in public. Very important, so you don't spread COVID or anything else. Just try to help each other, right? That's all we can really help for. Just be human beings and help each other. But yeah, it's pretty late. It's 1 a.m. now. I am very tired. I'm going to be signing off. Hopefully upload this in like a couple minutes. But thank you guys so much for listening. Again, this has been You're Not Alone, a documentary series basically about my struggles with depression and anxiety. This was basically inspired by a Little Kuriboh, so We're Still Here series. So please give them a shout out or a look or whatever. I'll post all that in the information tab. Thank you guys for listening once again, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, or wherever, and we got this. I'll see you guys later.